It is 1969, a year famous for Woodstock and man's first walk on the moon. Something else historic, though not as well known, also happened that year. It was the year that the first data traveled between two nodes of the ARPANET, the grandfather of the internet. Everyone surfing the web today for last-minute Christmas presents or just pictures of their favorite movie character can give thanks to the simple network message that started it all: love. The ARPANET became the world's first operational packet switching network. Leonard Kleinrock, a UCLA computer engineer who was involved in ARPANET's creation, stated that packet switching was the original transmission in 1969, and it is still the underlying technology of the internet today. The reason a network was needed was the Cold War between the United States and Russia. During the 1960s, the Cold War between these two nations grew in intensity. With nuclear war becoming not just a concern but a possibility, how would the government and defense installations stay in contact if cities and telecommunication networks were wiped out? The solution was to link computers together in a diffused and decentralized network so that if part of the network was destroyed, the rest could still communicate. What started as two computers linked together on ARPANET today looks like this. In his 2009 article, October 29th, Happy 40th Birthday to a Radical Idea, Mark Webber tells the story of Charlie Klein and Bill Duvall, two young programmers who symbolically turned the key on the connected world we know today. In 1969 at UCLA, Charlie Klein tried to connect to the computer at SRI, but the first try did not go exactly as planned. They got as far as LO or low when the system crashed. Less than an hour later, after Bill Duvall had rebuilt the operating system and rebooted, they completed the message that started it all: log in. This was the beginning of the internet as we know it today. The first permanent ARPANET link was established on November 21st, 1969 between the IMP at UCLA and the IMP at SRI. By December 5th, 1969, an entire four-node network had been established between the IMP at SRI, UCLA, the University of Utah, and the University of California, Santa Barbara. The impact this creation has had on the world so far has been incredible. The internet is still in its infancy, and its effect on the world and on the future will surely be amazing. Its impact on businesses alone has been immense. In 1993, when Eric Andreessen created Mosaic, the killer app that brought the web to the people, the internet grew by 341,000%, an unimaginable growth. Fast forward to today, and the effects of the internet can be seen on every corner of the globe, and it has meant big money for businesses. According to the report by the Boston consulting group BCG, $4.2 trillion opportunity, the internet economy in the G20, the United States internet economy accounted for 4.7% of the country's 2010 gross domestic product, or approximately $68.2 billion. That number is expected to pass $100 billion in the year 2016, when the internet economy is expected to comprise 5.4% of the country's estimated GDP. The effect of the internet on communication cannot be overstated. From its humble beginning of just four computers connected on ARPANET in 1969, the BCG expects the number of users around the globe to rise to a projected 3 billion users in 2016, which will look kind of like this. The internet has turned our vast globe into a global village, just as Marshall McLuhan, the greatest media theorist of our age, predicted in his 1962 book, The Gutenberg Galaxy, The Making of Typographic Man. Through the numerous social networking sites on the internet, people can talk to anyone, anywhere. There are over 1 billion users on Facebook. Twitter has 500 million users, and YouTube has 1 billion users also. However, the internet is more than just a fun way to talk to your friends. Through the internet, social media has played a part in revolutions and protests around the world, like the Iran election protest in 2009, and the protest in Tunisia that forced President Ben Ali to step down in January 2011. Concerned by how social media was being used to organize protests, the government directed Tunisian ISP providers to hack into the accounts and steal the passwords of Tunisian users of American companies such as Facebook, Yahoo, and Google. In retaliation, activists loosely associated with the hacking group Anonymous carried out denial-of-service attacks on websites associated with the Tunisian government. The internet has affected education as well. Thanks to online classes, busy housewives now find it much easier to attend college and obtain their degree. Men and women can further their education while working, and major corporations are now offering to pay for their employees to receive their degrees or training online. The internet has come a long way in the last 40 years. So what is going to happen in the next 40? Google Glass might give us a peek into the future. Google Glass are special glasses with an Android-powered computer built into the frames that allow you to take pictures, video, search and translate, all by using voice commands. And the results will display on your lenses without obstructing your view. Also, coming your way soon is wearable technology. Like a new technology by Australia's science research body that uses fabrics treated with inherently conductive polymers that allow the fabric to transmit energy to heat or cool the body without using electrical wires. But I really like those Google glasses. The internet we know today did not happen overnight, and it is still evolving. From 1972, when Ray Tomlinson first introduced network email, to 2011 when Twitter and Facebook played a huge role in the Middle East revolts. The internet has changed the way people engage the world around them. The ARPANET was disbanded in 1990, but in its place the internet has grown. This descendant of ARPANET has had and is still having a profound effect on businesses, governments, the economy, schools, and just ordinary people around the world. Confucius said, "Study the past if you would divine the future." If the future of the internet is anything like its past, we are sure to be surprised, amazed, and awed by the technological advances that are sure to come.